Imagine, if you will, a world subtly yet profoundly different from our own. A world where the very fabric of reality, as we understand it, might have unfolded along an entirely separate path. We're about to embark on a mind-bending what-if journey, a thought experiment of monumental proportions. What if Albert Einstein, the very name synonymous with genius, had never existed? How would our world look today without his towering intellect, his revolutionary insights, and his undeniable presence? Would we be living in a utopia, free from certain technological anxieties, or tragically behind, lost in a scientific dark age? Our exploration will delve into the ripple effects, the cascading consequences that such an absence would unleash. We'll reshape science, technology, politics, and even our fundamental understanding of the universe. Buckle up, because this is going to be a fascinating journey into the annals of an alternate history. Let's rewind to 1879, to a small German town, and imagine a twist of fate. Perhaps a childhood illness, a different educational path, or simply the cosmic dice rolling another way. Albert Einstein, the boy who would become a titan, simply isn't there. The early 20th century scientific landscape is immediately and dramatically altered. The intellectual ferment is still present, but a crucial catalyst is missing. Special relativity, that elegant dance between space and time, would undoubtedly be discovered eventually, but perhaps not with the same sudden paradigm-shifting clarity. We must acknowledge the brilliant minds already at work. Planck, Bohr, Lorentz, Poincaré. They were all pushing the boundaries of physics, yet Einstein possessed a unique genius, an unparalleled ability to synthesize disparate ideas, to make profound connections where others saw only fragments. Without him, the development of quantum mechanics might have proceeded differently, perhaps more slowly, lacking certain foundational insights. The photoelectric effect, a cornerstone of quantum theory, might have remained a perplexing anomaly for longer. And the most famous equation in history, EMMC2, the very embodiment of mass-energy equivalence, would certainly not have emerged in the same form at the same time. The pace of theoretical physics advancement would undoubtedly have been slower, more fragmented. Now let's fast forward to the precipice of World War II. In our timeline, Einstein's crucial 1939 letter to President Roosevelt, warning of Germany's potential nuclear program, was a pivotal moment. It directly spurred the initiation of the Manhattan Project, a race against time to harness the atom. In a world without Einstein, that urgent, authoritative voice is absent. Would the urgency to develop an atomic bomb be as keenly felt? The Manhattan Project might be significantly delayed, scaled back, or even abandoned altogether. The moral dilemma of the atomic bomb is profound. Without Einstein's influence, Hiroshima and Nagasaki might have been spared their devastating fate. This raises a complex question. How would World War II have ended without the atomic bomb? Would the conflict have dragged on, resulting in even greater loss of life through conventional means? The Cold War, as we know it, would be fundamentally reimagined. Without the immediate threat of nuclear annihilation, the arms race might have shifted dramatically towards conventional weaponry. The balance of power would be different, and the concept of mutually assured destruction, or MAD, would never have emerged as a deterrent. This could lead to a world of more frequent, albeit less devastating, conflicts. Even peaceful nuclear power, a cornerstone of our energy landscape, would likely have developed slower or less efficiently. The 21st century energy mix would look significantly different, perhaps relying more heavily on fossil fuels or alternative, less developed sources. Einstein's theories are not just abstract concepts. They are the bedrock of much modern technology. Consider GPS technology, which relies on the precise calculations of both special and general relativity to function accurately. Without Einstein, GPS would be significantly less precise, perhaps even unusable for many of its current applications. Imagine navigating without it. Beyond GPS, his work on the photoelectric effect laid crucial groundwork for technologies like lasers and semiconductors. These are the building blocks of our digital world. The pace of technological progress in these areas would be profoundly altered, perhaps delayed by decades. This means many of our modern conveniences, from the smartphones in our pockets to advanced medical imaging like MRI scans, might be delayed or simply non-existent in their current forms. The immense impact on our daily lives, our communication, and our healthcare would be undeniable. Even space exploration would face greater challenges. Relativity is crucial for understanding the behavior of objects in space, from planetary orbits to the expansion of the universe. Without these insights, our ventures beyond Earth would be far more complex and less informed. Innovation would certainly continue, but along a different trajectory, with different breakthroughs taking precedence. The technologies we rely on today would emerge much slower, if at all. This would, in turn, reshape the global economic landscape. Industries like telecommunications, computing, and aerospace would be smaller, less developed, and structured very differently. Einstein was more than just a brilliant scientist. He was a global icon, a symbol. His wild hair, his mischievous tongue-out photograph, his profound yet accessible quotes, they all contributed to a persona that transcended the laboratory. He became a symbol of intellectual curiosity, of peace, and of social justice. He was an outspoken advocate for peace, a vocal opponent of war, and a champion for civil rights. The loss of such a powerful, respected voice for reason and compassion would leave a significant void. Who would fill that space? Would anyone command the same moral authority? Without his iconic imagery and inspiring quotes, a piece of our collective cultural tapestry would be missing. He humanized science, making it accessible and even cool to the general public. Without him, there might be a wider gap between scientific endeavor and societal understanding, fostering less public engagement with complex ideas. His influence extended into art, literature, and popular culture, inspiring countless works and shaping narratives about genius and discovery. His absence would alter this cultural narrative. Perhaps without his example, there would be less inclination to question conventional wisdom, less encouragement to think outside the box. The very story of scientific progress and indeed of human understanding would be told differently. In this alternate reality, would another scientific figure have risen to fill the void? Perhaps someone like Satyendra Nath Bose, whose work with Einstein led to the Bose-Einstein condensate, might have gained greater prominence. But would they have made the same discoveries, or had the same profound impact on the world stage? It's impossible to say with certainty. The focus of scientific research might have shifted dramatically. Without the gravitational pull of relativity and quantum mechanics, perhaps greater emphasis would have been placed on other areas of physics, or entirely different branches of science. The intellectual currents would flow in new directions. This could even lead to ideological shifts. Without the scientific and cultural impact of Einstein's ideas, perhaps different political or philosophical movements would have gained traction. The very way we perceive reality and our place within it could be subtly altered. Even education would be different. The teaching of physics and science would be fundamentally reshaped, with different curricula and different skills emphasized for future generations of scientists. The path to discovery would be less clear, less defined by the towering figure we know. The nature of what-ifs is that they present endless possibilities, a fascinating exercise in imagination. They force us to explore the complex interplay of history, science, and human agency, reminding us how fragile and interconnected our reality truly is. So, in this world without Einstein, are there any potential upsides? One could argue that the avoidance of the atomic bomb's horrors might lead to a more peaceful world, or at least one where the threat of global annihilation is less immediate. Perhaps different technological advancements with different priorities would have emerged, leading to unforeseen benefits. However, the potential cons are significant. The slower development of crucial technologies like GPS and advanced medical imaging would undoubtedly impact quality of life and global connectivity. The loss of Einstein's powerful voice for peace and social justice would be a profound absence, and arguably, the overall pace of scientific progress would be slower, delaying countless other discoveries. It's impossible to definitively say whether a world without Einstein would be better or worse. It would simply be different. The ripple effect of his absence would have altered the course of history in countless, often unpredictable ways. It serves as a stark reminder of history's fragility and the immense impact a single individual can have. Even in a world where he never existed, the enduring influence of Einstein's ideas, his spirit of inquiry, and his relentless pursuit of understanding would still inspire. His theories, even if discovered by others, would remain cornerstones of modern physics, and the concept of genius would still be synonymous with the kind of revolutionary thinking he embodied. His contributions fundamentally shaped our understanding of the universe, from the smallest particles to the grandest cosmic structures. That impact would be felt for generations to come, regardless of who first articulated those profound truths. Contemplating his absence forces us to truly appreciate his brilliance, the sheer audacity of his mind, and the profound impact he had on our world. It highlights how one person's unique perspective can unlock secrets that change everything. He was a revolutionary, a visionary, and a true icon. His legacy endures, not just in the equations and theories, but in the very way we approach scientific inquiry and the pursuit of knowledge. We've journeyed through a familiar yet profoundly different world, a world without Albert Einstein. It's a world that would have its own triumphs, its own tragedies, its own heroes, and its own villains. But it would be undeniably distinct from the one we inhabit. So what do you think? Would a world without Einstein be better, worse, or just different? Share your thoughts and perspectives in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into alternate history, please like this video, share it with your fellow curious minds, and subscribe to Alternatify for more thought-provoking journeys. And don't forget to suggest your own what-if scenarios for future videos. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep imagining the possibilities.